All right. There we go. Let's get everybody in here. Let's get everything centered up. There we go. Welcome. Happy Monday, everybody. Dante here. Glad to have you in OFA for another BEA beautiful day. We had a great morning session, full of momentum, full head of steam, and I'm excited to be with you guys today to do the exact same, as you all know. But in case you're new and haven't heard this before, we believe here how we start the week is how we end the week. So Mondays are always a great day. We want to start the week with a full head of steam, tons of momentum that propels us through the week. We can have an amazing week of work, and let's get closer to our goals. Let's get closer to our end destinations. Great to be with you guys. Sorry about the late startup. I just was plagued with technical gremlins today. Hopefully I smashed them all and we don't have that going forward tomorrow. But we are live, we are rocking and rolling. And hey, it looks like I see one new member. If you're new to the challenge, please go to the chat and let me know that you're new. All you have to do is just type in new. I believe that is, I have my computer screen all the way across the room from me. Hopefully I don't butcher this name, Gavin, or maybe Gavone. I believe is a new member. Great to have you here with us. If anybody else is a new member, yeah, bingo. Gio, I got you, man. Great to have you here, Gio. Welcome to the One Funnel Away Challenge. It's going to be an exciting 30 days, and like I mentioned earlier in the comment to you, I am excited to get to work with you. So, how this session works, like all sessions, if you guys have a question, anything you would like to talk about, please just raise your hand. In Zoom, at the very bottom of your screen, you're going to see a control bar going across, and there's going to be a little heart. That heart says react. If you click that heart, a pop-up shows up, and in that pop-up will be an actual button that says raise hand. If you click raise hand, that will raise your hand just like you see on my screen right now. All you have to do to let me know that you have a question, something that you want to talk about, all you need to do is raise your hand. And let me set the ground rules really quick for this entire meeting. All of these daily coaching sessions that you have with myself, your host and coach for the challenge, gang, you can ask any questions you want. Whatever it is, maybe you have traffic questions, maybe you have funnel questions, whether it be the technicalities of a funnel, how do I make my button do the thing, or maybe it's about the marketing of your funnel, or maybe it's about the back end of your funnel. Maybe you don't have any technical funnel questions. Maybe you don't have any business or marketing related questions. Maybe you have some personal development questions. How do I level up? How do I work smarter? How do I become more productive? I just want you guys to know, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, when there are no champions, when there's not ecom, not expert, if it is ever just me in a session, you guys can ask me anything you want. I want my whole thing, and I hope you hear me on this. My whole thing, my eye just freaked out. My entire thing here is I don't have to be here. I want to be here. And I don't say that braggadociously. I hope I don't come off that way. I hope it's not received that way. But it's true. I don't have to be here doing this. I don't have to do anything. I want to be here. I hope over these next 30 days, you guys will notice and feel that. So please, any and all questions are always welcome. We don't play the comparison game here of my question's not as important as this guy's question, or my question doesn't revolve around what this guy's question does. That's not the game. Funnels have changed my life. In every way, shape, and form, funnels have changed my absolute life. And I just want the same thing for you. That's why I come here every day. That's why I'm so excited. It was kind of cool. We had a little in-studio presentation here at the office behind the camera for anybody who was in the early on session today. You weren't able to see, but we had like 7 people in here watching and hanging out. And after the session was done, many of them, all of them actually have taken the One Funnel Away Challenge in the past. Some of them are currently going through the One Funnel Away Challenge right now. And all of them had just amazing words to say and a lot of uplifting words. And it was really cool. And it was really amazing. But at the end of the day, geez Louise, Dante, where was your brain going on that? Oh, at the end of the day, every single one of them had questions about how do you do the same thing over and over and over and over every single day? And how do you answer the same questions over and over and over for years? And how do you still be so excited about it? And how do you still deliver it in such an uplifting way? And like, how have you not gotten bored on any of this? Because I remember like yesterday when I was in your exact shoes. I remember like yesterday when I didn't know what profit margins were, let alone that we had gross and net profit margins. I remember like yesterday when I was technologically incompetent, so much so I couldn't save a browser bookmark. I couldn't open up the internet on my cell phone until 2015. So I just say all this because I really want you guys to know, and especially for Gio, new to the challenge, you're never a burden. You're never a burden. My feet swing out of bed every single morning because I get to come do the thing that I'm passionate about with the people that I'm passionate about helping. So I really want you guys to know that for any existing challenger or anybody who might be new like Gio, if you ever feel like a burden, I need you to smash that immediately. You are never a burden. There is no silly questions. I've already asked them all. Everything that you're doing is good things. Hopefully you have your why defined. Hopefully you know the why that you show up here every day. Why did you say yes to this challenge? Why did you say yes to the VIP upgrade? Why are you going to show up every single day? What are you here for? What is your driving factors? I hope everybody has their why. Yes, it will, Gio. You're right. So kind of a long intro. Thank you for obliging me, gang. Now let's get into it. Any questions from anybody whatsoever? You don't even have to raise your hand today. Let's keep it simple. We have a light session. There's only 6 of us in here.
I have a question, Dante.
Beautiful. John, I got you, man.
I have a question. I was trying to raise the hand, but the hand is not working. I'm just going to go jump in there. I'm sorry to cut you up. You want to keep talking?
No, John, absolutely not. I want to help. Let's do it.
Okay, so I have a question, a really fast question. I hear your presentation this morning, and the last few minutes there was a lady that you told her how to do the webinar. You know, you give it all the chapters to review and do the webinar because it's an $1,000 product. Now I'm working on a funnel because I'm gonna sell $1,000 product, $997.
Great.
Now what I'm doing, instead of doing the webinar first, I'm doing a VSL, you know, because I want to pick up leads.
Ooh, John just dropped off. Oh, here he comes. He's back in. I got you, John.
You hear me better now?
Yes, I got you, John.
So the question is, I'm working on a VSL funnel, the basic one, so I can pick up leads.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, I have a course. I have the product for $1,000 inside the VSL funnel. So I'm gonna do the VSL funnel to pick up leads, selling the course. And after I have your leads, plenty of leads. No, after 10, 20, 40, 50 leads, then I'm gonna work on the webinar. Is that a good thing? That's a good idea.
You're really close, John. You're really close. I think I would urge. Oh no, John just dropped. Let me take 2 seconds. I'm curious if anybody has any ideas from what they heard so far from John. Put your question in the chat or put your answer in the chat. Should John be running a VSL funnel or should he be running a webinar funnel? So far, we've heard that he wants to collect leads and sell them $1,000 product. What do you guys think is going to be the best funnel for that? A VSL funnel or a webinar funnel? I'd love to hear your answers. And if you really want to be an overachiever, feel free to put why as well. Feel free to put why. Okay, it looks like John is not coming right back. So I just know John. John's in his office. He's going downstairs or upstairs to his actual home right now to get on very much better internet. There we go. John's coming back in. Let me know when you're ready, John. You guys are perfect. You're so good. Absolutely.
Right. I have a really bad internet. So the question is, I'm working on a VSL funnel,
yeah,
so I can pick up leads. I'm selling the product. And then when I hear about the webinar, you know, I say, well, let me finish up this and then I'll do the webinar. Because when I do the webinar, I'm going to have some leads already trying to sell the product someplace else. So what do you think about this? Is that a good strategy to start getting leads and then do a webinar?
Excuse me. Kind of. You're close, okay. John. Basically, the answer is we should be running a webinar funnel instead of a VSL. Let me show you why. Let's go learn together.
Okay.
All right. Can you see my screen now, John?
No, I cannot. My internet is really bad. You know what, Dante? I have an issue with the internet. I don't even see you. So I'm gonna have to keep the question for tomorrow because
Okay,
I
here's
cannot even
what we'll
see
do then.
webs.
I want to walk you through this, John, and I'm actually about to share this same answer with everybody because it is a great, great question. Your simple answer
Go
is
ahead.
do not do a VSL funnel. VSL funnels actually do not collect leads. It's a sales page that does nothing, that pushes to an order form. The sales page articulates your sales message and it takes them to the order form where they can buy. VSL funnels, as they're meant to be run, do not collect leads. Webinar funnels do, though. The first page in a webinar funnel is a webinar registration where they register for the webinar. That they give their name and email for. So everything that you want to do should be a webinar, not a VSL.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
Now, does all that make sense? And do you have questions?
Yeah. No, I was. I'm gonna change completely directions, and I'm gonna start learning and working on the webinar because the webinar actually collects email too, right?
Ooh, interesting. I do have that. Oh, hold on. Oh, John, when I do that, do you see the background of my video, like red and blue? Do you see all that?
No.
Okay, cool. You
No.
just have tough internet. No worries. No worries. I'm sorry. Can you restate your question?
Yeah, I can see you now. The question is, yeah, because what I want to build up a database of leads. So a webinar actually, I picked up a lead, even though they don't buy, but I still have the lead retarget, right?
That's exactly right, John.
Yeah. I kind of I worry more than selling something, worry about getting that lead because that lead is something that I can nurture and eventually somebody gonna buy something. So all right, so I'm gonna start working on the webinar. It's gonna take me time because I haven't do a webinar in my life, but I just want to download it and I start working on it.
That
I'm gonna go to mission 5, 12, 18, or everything you said this morning. Go to all these missions.
John, for you, I actually just want you to go through week 2 and week 3 in order. I told her to
Okay.
I told her to hop around earlier because she's on a real time crunch. You have 30 days in OFA, right? You're not on a time crunch. You don't have a webinar coming up this Thursday. So I needed her to learn the important things really, really quickly. For you, you have some time. The best thing is go day by day, week 2 and then week 3.
I mean, which mission? You remember which mission they have the webinar funnel that I can download? Do you remember which one is it?
Yes, I do. That is mission 15. It says your order form.
Mission 15 order form. That's what I'm gonna download it, right?
Yep, that'll download the funnel.
Mission 15, and then it's gonna explain me how to do It's gonna explain me how to do the funnel there.
Yes. Oh, that's it. Mission 8 through mission 20. Week 2 and week 3 shows you everything. It shows you the strategy and the implementation.
All right, I'm gonna start working on that, and I'm gonna forget about the VSL funnel, and then at the end of the webinar, I have to create a product in a member site, so whoever buys, they have access to the product, right?
That's your course, John. That's all it is. That's your course.
That's the course. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have the course. Once we learn webinars and how to present the proper way, you're off to the races, John.
Okay. All right, I want to work on that, Dante. Thank you very much.
Always a
Dante,
pleasure.
I don't care what people says about you. I don't care what people says about you. You're number one.
My man, I appreciate you, John.
All right. Thank you very much, guys. Bye.
See you, brother. Oh, I'm a fan of John. Okay, cool. And we got more hands up. Nice. Let's hop back over to Remix.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
After I left class this morning, I went to Kroger's and I was talking to the bagging person, and they're interested in ClickFunnels. So I
Yeah.
got their number. They want me to send them the link. So all I have to do is just send them the link.
Do you know
Do
where
a
to get your link, Patricia?
yes.
Great. Then yes, all you have to do is send them the link for OFA. Just
Yeah.
send them a text and say, "Here, use this link." Done. $100.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You got it. Great work. All right, let's roll over to Doug. Hey, Doug.
Hey, bud, how was your weekend?
Amazing. How about yourself?
Oh, it was hot, and then Oklahoma won't stop flooding. So it's like 95 during the day, and then we're getting severe thunderstorms overnight. So it won't make up its mind.
Yeah, same
So
thing
it's
here. Atlanta flooded over the weekend. It was crazy. We actually had a small, really small. You didn't hear about it because it was very small, but we had a small little ClickFunnels Connect event right here in Georgia. Man, we had people fly from Japan, India, California. They all flew into Atlanta, and it was flooded. So it was an absolute nightmare for them getting home.
Yeah, we had an engagement session yesterday at sunset. It was 95. And then on the way home, my phone says severe thunderstorms rolling in. We're like, what? And then it literally rained almost all night. 2 days ago, they actually have pictures of firemen in the streets with rafts going to get people in the city street. It was insanity.
Crazy.
But I know, right? And I've been like so excited to talk to you with updates and stuff. And obviously, and I'm concerned because of what you and I are talking about, because obviously pushing John away from VSL to the webinar, but in my case, we're going to the VSL. So I'm really nervous because I don't want other people to go, wait.
And why are we going to VSL for you, Doug? Do you remember?
Because my course that I'm selling is $197, so it's
Price.
less than $200. Price, yes, exactly.
And product dictates the funnel many times.
Exactly.
A product
Yep.
$497 and less, right to a VSL funnel. A
Right.
product $997 and above, right to a webinar funnel.
Yep. Well, and again, obviously, we're working on two different things because I'm getting the VSL going, but then also my primary focus after that's going to be the opt-in with the free lead magnet to the 27 to the value ladder too. Which
Yes,
also,
sir.
my question for you though is with the VSL funnel that we've got that they teach. Unless I'm completely wrong, it actually is an opt-in page. So unless I know because you were saying traditional VSL, because the funnel we have has the pop-up where they put in their name. It's almost exactly like a webinar. So that's why I was like, hang on. But then you also said it's a traditional VSL. Well, literally the landing page is just the video. So obviously what Russell gives us is different, but it's it anyway. So I was just qualifying that.
Let's talk about this for a second. You're right, Doug, and we need to learn what Russell's doing here. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Cool. So what I did was I went to funnels and then make a new funnel, and it brings you here to this page. So if we go down to our presentation funnels, here we can see a VSL funnel. If we click in, it now shows us the funnel overview below. So step one is a video sales page where at the top you have a hook, a headline with your hook, your video, which is your actual sales video, and the rest of that funnel is just restating what you said in the video itself. There's no lead gen on a typical VSL funnel. You put the video on the front end, they watch it, it sells them, they go to the order form to buy, and then you hit them with your upsells. But you're right. The VSL that Russell gives you has a major tweak to it. We basically add an opt-in page right here ahead of time. So now you're talking about the VSL, you're talking about the video. In this secret presentation, you're going to learn this and this and this. Secrets 1, secrets 2, secret 3. They opt in to learn the secrets. But that is only in the VSL that Russell gave you. That's a very sneaky, that's a very high-level marketing VSL. If you were to get a VSL from 99.9% of other businesses or other templates out there, it will not include the opt-in. It'll just go straight to a video.
Yeah, which is why I was questioning it at first, because I was like, it's traditional going to a landing page and selling it. And then when you had me download it and I looked at it and I was like, this is creepily, sounds weird to say, it's almost exactly like a webinar funnel, but I understand why, which I want to show you because I've gotten all the way to the order form and you're going to love, I mean, the changes I made. So yeah, I'll share because I'm so excited about it.
Let's do it, man.
All right. So here is our original, obviously, here is the opt-in of the VSL that we talked about, the colors and everything, everything that you and I had put together. And I've literally made anywhere you click, you can't click anywhere without getting the pop-up, which I absolutely love.
Yes.
But and then I came down here and I ended up doing what we said. I went with just a column row. I got rid of the flex, so that way on mobile it looks amazing. So this isn't really different than what we had already done.
Nice.
The other one is going to be the actual, I'm so proud of this, the actual live.
I'm sorry, Doug, can you go back? Do you have a name for your webinar? Do you have a name? So I love what you're doing. At the bottom of your fold, I can see unlock access to the wedding planning training. Do you have a name for the wedding planning training? Have you named that?
It's our 60-day DIY wedding planning system. So that's what we call it, our 60-day DIY wedding planning system.
So I would probably just say instead, unlock access to the wedding planning system, because training implies that I have to learn, right? And human beings, this is NLP, basics of NLP, neuro linguistic programming, the thing that Tony Robbins, it was his propellant. People can make decisions based on one of two things, either move away from pain or towards pleasure. So we typically, as marketers, we're only going to line with away from pain. Because for them to get towards pleasure, they have to go through the pain. And that's a huge ask for a human being, right? So we want, like, another example of this is I never, ever, ever let somebody say learn in the headline. Because learn, again, implies that I need to work. When you hear the word learn, you guys let me know if you think anything different than this. If you, in the chat, if you think anything different than what I'm saying when I say learn. When I hear the word learn, I think study, which means reading, watching videos, sitting down to complete workbooks and notebooks, and then doing the actual work that I need to do. If anybody thinks anything different when they hear the word learn, please put that in the chat. This will be great market research for all of us. So we never learn, we discover. We unlock.
I like that.
That's easy. You tell me as a human being I can discover something? Oh, great. I don't have to learn. I just have to discover. I don't have to learn. I just have to unlock. Oh, if I just give them my credit card, they'll unlock my success? That is an easier sell.
Nice.
So you have unlock in there. I love it. Just have a cool name. And we definitely don't want to end with training.
And I'll change that one up here too, where it says unlock the full training to avoid the mistakes. So I'll change that from training as well.
Unlock the entire system. Yes. Yes.
So,
that's a fast pass for your customers.
I got it. So, and then my one page, so the actual video sales letter, I love this. I took from what Russell has with Forbes and all the different blogs and stuff we've been a part of, I put up there. And then of course, ChatGPT said you should put like a real quick whatever. And what I love about this is, well, again, watch this before you make another planning decision. Watch this now before your wedding budget takes another hit. Now I do have, I love it. Well, and I have the video, and hang on, I'll do the thing. I have it set for 10 seconds. So obviously the way it works is, this is the coolest thing. So there's nothing other than my Brunson box. And I got to put the picture. And then within 10 seconds, it actually gets rid of the Brunson box. And then there's that, which I had to set it to the clock.
Yes.
And then again, because I have all the information, I went ahead and here's what you're actually learning.
Yes.
All of that.
And why it's saving brides 5K plus. Great copy, Doug. So good.
Isn't that nice? Yeah.
So good.
I love it. And all the different things. And of course, another button real quick. And then I love the colors I changed it to. The browns were okay. That's actually our brand colors, but it's like, I want the pop, and I've got my testimonials. I just got to swap out the fake pictures. And then my other question is, one thing I did notice about a VSL that's different than a webinar is we don't do the stack and close. So it's like, and the order form, which we'll look at in a second, doesn't have it listed as the webinar does, where it's like, here's everything you get. So I was like, cool. So I basically just did a column and added it. That way, if somebody actually is into copy, this is what it, it's a power pack, it's a steal. And then it just literally lists all of it with the values of everything you get. I didn't know if that was right or not, but I'm like, if somebody's actually scrolling for information, because you really don't spend the VSL going through this, it's like, here's our full system. It's 197, blah, 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 blah. So I put that in there. I thought it was nice. But again, it's just for those that are information hungry, it's there, and all of that. So that's the page. I love it. I love the fact that once
I've seen VSLs. I've seen VSLs have a typical like webinar style close where it'll be, when you buy today, you're going to get this and this and this and this and this, and then bonus number 1, bonus number 2, bonus number 3. I have seen that work. So it'd be a great split test on this order form, Doug, to see what works best with your customers. Yeah,
exactly. Because again, like I've heard you say before, some people, this is all they need. They need the button. Some people want more info. So it's kind of, you go to both. And then the order form, because the order form itself that shows up, again, I have to change out this photo, and ChatGPT is giving me a big headache trying to recreate this the way I want it to. But my special offer,
Ideogram.ai. You ever use them?
I'll try. I have not. No, I have
Ideogram
not. So.
is by far my favorite image generating AI by a long shot.
Got it. So, because obviously this form is different than the webinar form. It's literally just straight up, which I have my product there. And then I've already done my order bumps because I know how to do all of that, the order bumps. And then the special offer I'm getting is, again, I did a luxury wedding planning video. So I just talked about why that's that. And then and I did everything else. Again, I did everything that was already there. I just copied it, my FAQs, which ChatGPT helped me with this. What would be something that someone with what if I've already started planning? Can I really do this? Is this just for budgets? What about it? What is different than my Pinterest? What if I don't want to do it? And then what makes you qualified? Because again, we talked about, I'm a wedding photographer. What might be the difference? So I'm just sitting there thinking, so I've got it all done. Again, I got to swap out a few photos, but I'm really happy with how this looks. It's really cool. And then, I love it. And the only difference is obviously the thank you page. But my other question with the VSL, it doesn't have a typical OTO, which obviously I can just throw that page in there.
Yes.
Do, once this is done, just throw in a typical OTO to my upsided thing. So so that's my VSL. I have to film the video. I might actually film it twice, like you said, do one with a kind of a very quick second close, one with just here's our full system. If you want to see everything's included, go in the bottom. All these different things is 197 and let them look, and then test it again doing the second close, see if any one of them does it. But so I'm excited. All of it's done. I just got to swap out a few photos and I'll try that one. So that's that. I just wanted to show you because I was like, I am so excited with how this looked and with the button popping up and all the different stuff. And I love the colors that you suggested and all of that. So I was just really excited. I was like, dude, this is so much better than where we started 2 weeks ago with the webinar. So
this is night and day, Doug. It is completely night and day. As I'm looking at the design, as I'm looking at the copy, the articulation of your offer itself, this is what I want to see. Amazing work here, man. Right. Should be really proud.
I love as it coming together. And again, with the color, like I said, and what's funny about it is theoretically, if I was selling this with a $500 product, this is a perfect webinar setup too, because the opt-in's exactly the same. This would be so much better than what we were working on. This would be the exact same thing.
What you're going to do, Doug, is like as you're building out this product and you're learning all these things from your customers and having these conversations, I guarantee you after 10 customers, knowing what you know now about articulating value and crafting offers to solve problems, I guarantee after 10 customers, you're like, holy cow, I know what our high ticket thing should be. I know what we should be running webinars to. It's all going to materialize. And you're right. You already have so many things in place now when that happens.
Yep. Right. Exactly. Because it just, I know. I'm excited. Again, I'm still, the hardest part is just figuring out, because this one particular is marketing to budget brides, is like finding a higher ticket thing that gets them to do that. But obviously, as I square short from this to my next option, which is for photographers, then obviously that's going to be super easy to take this and get them to what's a $997, $1597 course, and all the things are going to be the same. So I love that.
And you have results. By the time you get there, you have proven results you can push those people to. It's not just going to be like, oh, I have the answers. It's like, no, I have the answers and the proof.
Right.
Game time.
Yeah, exactly. And so, so I just wanted to brag, because dude, you've helped me so much. I love it. It's amazing. And then the last thing, obviously, the other thing that you have, if I can get rid of the bar, the last thing or not is this is kind of my mind map.
Before you leave, go back there. I want to share one more thing with you. One more tab left. Let's go to your sales page. Yeah. So at the very top, I love that you did that, Doug. Very smart, very wise. Great job. Did you get that inspiration to put those at the top by funnel hacking somebody?
No, it's from the actual VSL page, because Russell has it at the top. It says Forbes, business, and all that. And I saw that, and and Ben goes through that, and he goes, "Hey, if you haven't done anything, then just have a testimonial." And I was like, "Well, I can do a testimonial." And then I realized we've been featured in like 3 or 4 different blogs. I've not been in a magazine. So I literally just had ChatGPT pull the logo, and I went into Photoshop and I just created this is actually just an image. So I created all the ones we had and I put it in, which again, if you're in New York, you may not care that I've been in Brides of Oklahoma, but everybody knows Wedding Wire, everybody knows the knot and all of that. So it's just, again, it's social proof. So I at least been in a couple. If I'd only been in two, I probably still would have done it. But then having the testimonial underneath it just adds to that, because it looks cool. And with it being their actual logos, it's not like I just texted it out. It actually looks good. So that was like, I was so proud of that. I was like, that is, and anything else we do, like I said, if I go back when I get a higher ticket thing, that'll be on, and that'll even work for photographers. It's like, I've been featured in these places. So
yes,
here you go.
Let me take it to the next level for you. I can't remember the URL off the top of my head. I don't remember the company's name, and I have a new computer. I haven't transferred everything over yet. I just can't remember their name. But if you Google it, Doug, or you GPT it, you will find a handful of places that will do this. You can go spend like $25 or $50 with a company, and they will put your ad on Fox, CNN, MSNBC, Forbes, Inc. 100, all the top players. Like, when you go to somebody's website and they have their fold,
as seen
and then
on,
right below the fold, as seen on, as featured
Fox,
in
Forbes, 5. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
And then you look at the company and you're like, I just searched all of Fox's archives and I've never seen anything with any interviews of you. Your company is 2 months old. How have you been how have you done all that? They just went to the company, paid them $50, put an ad on every platform, paid $1 in ad cost just to say they did it just for the banner.
Yeah,
you can do the same thing,
for the
Doug.
banner.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And how much stronger would that look? You have wedding specific social proof up top, and then below the fold, you have total social proof of I'm a real business. I'm featured in all these publications. That's how you can take it to the next level. Tomorrow.
That's awesome. I should be looking for like something that would actually apply to this. It's like an education or budget, something that has to do with like saving social proof that proves that it's like I actually am an educator and that it's saving money. Something I totally get what you're saying, like for like top new educators of whatever. I love it. Yeah.
And if you can't find a service to do that for you automatically, then you can go do it manually yourself. You go find those specific places you want up there and go run an ad for $5. Now you're featured on As Seen In.
That's and it's like, you're not actually lying. You're like, no,
you're not lying.
Yeah.
You're not even stretching truth.
Well, I mean, you would be hard pressed to find the actual articles from these, because some of them for 2019, some of them are actual magazines, some of them were such a small whatever. It's like you will never find them. But they're there. I mean, if you look actually, and 2 of these are from before we rebranded, so it's our old photography name. So you'd be hard pressed, but I was in them and I could show you if I looked hard enough. So it's like, and all of that. So anyway, I love that idea. I'm going to do that because that would be really good down, like, especially over like somewhere out in here would be just, featured or whatever. But
or even just on the sales page, even just on the very first sales page, the opt-in where they're registering to learn the thing, right? Yeah. You could even have it down there below, access to the unlock access to the wedding planning secrets or wedding planning system. And then right below your 4 secrets right there, part 1, 2, 3, 4, then you could put as featured in. You could have the whole banner at the very bottom right there.
Dude, I should add it. I know I didn't add anything extra, but I should so take this and I should drop it down here too.
Yes, we should, Doug. You got there all by yourself. You are learning.
And again, it's like trying not to do, it's like, don't fix the wheel because this is what's there. And I'm like, let me just put my stuff in. But it's like, you're absolutely right. It's like, that's social proof. It's like, wait, they've been on all these things that brides know what they are and they would see them. And it's like, okay. So
100%. And they don't get to the next page unless they do the thing here. So here is where we have to put our best foot forward. Here's where we want all the social proof. Here's testimonials, all of that. On that note, Doug, I have one more recommendation for you when it comes to your video and actually like making your sales video itself. I just put a URL in the chat. It's for Christine Morell's VSL. And she did a great job implementing the VSL. You can go through and funnel hack and you can look at the structure and how she put it all out. And it's a good one to learn on. She implemented really, really well, but she has a great sales video. She has a fantastic sales video. I'd love for you to watch that and model her for one of your takes. And then just, do a stack and close on the other one.
Got it. I will definitely do that. So
Cool.
last but not least, and I'll let you get to Geo since he's brand new, but I was just showing you, I mapped out what let me get away here. I mapped about what our value ladder looks like for my next thing. Cause again, so obviously I've got my lead magnet we talked about with the wedding budget calculator. That's the 0. And then that is going to immediately push them to the upsell page. Once we get it right now, we're just going to do the opt-in, but the starter pack for 27. And then I have the order bump, which will hopefully get them to buy my posing guide, which will automatically set up an email sequence to try to upsell them to the full guide. And then after the starter pack, then I have an OTO page, which is what I assume what we do to try to get them to my $57. And then I heard a video with Russell or you and I had actually talked about what I'm considering is my course has 9 modules. I wanted to keep it short. I didn't want like a 27 module, 14-hour digital course. I was like, I want something small, quick and easy that a bride can implement now. So they all have 9 modules. So I considered selling the first module. This kind of hit me about I could either sell the course module and say, here's our first one, which whether that's the venue one, which that's the first thing a bride does is find their venue. If I sell that for like $90, that's my next step up. If I can get them to spend 90, and then what you do is what I learned on, and I think we talked about this. Oh yeah, we did. We talked about this during Voodoo. When you buy a bundle off Voodoo or whatever, and it's like, hey, all the Spider-Mans are $300, but you've already bought the first 2 individually. So because of that, we give you a discount off the bundle because you've already bought the first 2 videos. We're not going to pay for them. So I was like, well, maybe if I sell like the first one for 90 and then say, hey, by the way, this course is normally 200. But since you've already bought the first module, you'll get it for 100, which means you save another 11 to get the whole bundle. So I'm literally trying to walk them through because I'm like, I don't want to jump from 50 to 200. Like maybe if I jump them from 50 to 90 and then from 90 to 100, because they're like, well, it's only $100 more. And then once this is all said and done, they spent like $350 with me. So that's just kind of the value ladder that I'm working on. I'm trying to decide like, the course module, I don't know if I'm going to just keep hitting them with more upsells or if I go to the OTO and then do the last page. And so the course module is like more hitting them through email sequences and then the full course through the email. Because obviously I don't want to they come in for the lead magnet and I throw them through like 5 pages. I don't want to be like, here, unless we should. So that's kind of my overall plan, a sweeping plan as far as all of that. So I was excited to like put all that together and go, I have a value ladder. Obviously it starts at 0 and ends at 200. But like you said, $127 products a day is do that 5 times a month. And that's 6 figures and life changing. So, and all of that. So, but anyway, that's what I got. I thought
the other thing I might suggest, Doug, is going from opt-in right to your highest price point product. And you will get, so you're working with budget brides, so maybe not. Right. This might not work just because of your customer. But it also might. It's a wedding. There's so much emotion around this.
Right.
And as a marketer, emotions are the knife that I'm trying to twist, and I want to be in your brain at the end of the night. So it might work. This is all stuff we play with, Doug. I wish I had a crystal ball. Sometimes I do have a crystal ball because like everything lines up and it's, you obviously need to be doing this. Many times I don't. Everybody's customer is a little bit different. Like even just in the wedding space, everybody's customer is a little different, but you might go lead magnet right to your highest ticket. You might go lead magnet to like a $597 course or your highest ticket thing. And then the fast action takers, they will go take that. The people that want to buy speed and results, they will take you up on that right there. For everybody else, your email sequence runs them through this value ladder I'm looking at right now.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
True. Or you could even, I like what you're saying. I could set up the opt-in funnel and I could split test. I could have half of them go one way to the $27, the other half go to the course. And with the course, I could then back them and downsell. So like, because the split test goes this way, and if they click no, then that could route them back to the $27 and go, hey, awesome. We know you're not ready, but would you like our $27 starter pack of guides as the downgraded? You're not with the 100 yet, but then that'll put them through the $27 funnel to get them to crack the wall. And they go, okay, it's the whole, this suit costs $500. You're like, holy crap. You're like, okay, but how about a $35 tie? It's that price shock to get you to the smaller one. And so I like that idea. You could test both. And because I'm with you, I would much rather go from 0 to I'd rather get that $200 sale and then maybe upgrade, because the $200 sale gets them everything in the value ladder. It gets them all of them because it's all included, including all the order bump stuff, because that's all stuff that I just give as my offer. So I might just run a test over there, and if they're like, no, then I just drop them back and go, cool, would you like to do this? And then would you like to do this? And then later on with the email, put them in an email sequence that's like, didn't buy course, and then go, hey, we know you didn't buy the course, but you've got all this other stuff. What do you think now? Or would you like one value to get? Love that idea, because take every sale, one person buys it, that's 10 people that went through the value ladder. So yeah, I love that idea.
Yes, it's like if I can make the math would probably work out if I can make one out of every. It'd probably work out to be like if I can make one out of every 25 sales that I make is actually going right to the course, that would offset all your ad cost right there. And then you're just running value ladders and your own internal marketing to make the profits. That'd be huge.
Yep. And then my last question, I don't make it too long, but my last question, I'll come back. Obviously, before now, I was pushing all my Facebook ads to my class. Doug and Ashley, this is the number one thing, we're going to the class. Now that we switched to a VSL, do I still do that, or do I change gear and literally promote the course itself? Because originally that's what we had kind of talked about. We're like, am I wasting time pushing to a class to get them to opt in, watch the class, and then sell them through the webinar? But because I have a $200 thing, should I focus my marketing, my Facebook ads, everything else on, I'm selling this course, if you want to taste for it, or I'm trying to figure out what would be the difference, or am I still trying to push them into the class?
You should have ads going to both. Should have ads going to both. How is your class popular? Does it do really well acquiring leads? Like, do you know what the conversions on your class is?
Well, remember, you don't, because we're busy. So I can get people to the landing page, and the problem we were having is I couldn't get anybody to sign up. And so out of running 575 people to my landing page, we got one person to sign up for the class, and then they didn't even watch it. So I didn't ever have anybody watch my webinar. That's why we're like, maybe we're putting all this time and effort. Let's do a VSL. Let's just get them to opt in, watch it immediately, and make it like 18 minutes instead of 35. Instead of a mini webinar, and let's just get to it. So that was the problem. So we don't even have that data because I couldn't get anybody to actually sign up, watch the webinar, and see what would happen for us. And so that's why we changed. So I was wondering,
since we do have data, we sent 500 people to that offer and it didn't convert.
Right.
So we do have some data.
Right.
What you should do then, Doug, you should have two ads. One of your ads is pushing to the lead funnel. One of your ads is pushing to the VSL, because here we need to find the best recipe as well. That's all this is. We're just recipes, just chefs in the kitchen trying to figure out how much salt, how much pepper, and how long do I have to let it simmer. So you should run ads to both, and let's just get our data. Right, run an ad to your lead funnel, acquire leads, and then run them through the value ladder, just like we talked about, and then run ads right to a VSL. Let's do that for a while, and let's figure out our conversions. Right? Okay, so these many people are opting in, and then after 7 days, when they go through my email sequence, now I turn these people into this much monies, and then we can go to the VSL, and we can say, oh, great, so I sent this many people to the VSL. Here's how many buyers I got, and then we can see what's the best traffic method. And when I say best, what I mean is what converts the best for us in the moment, because you can always spin up more ads. I gotta say this while we're talking about it, gang. I was just hanging out with a really cool funnel hacker. He actually lives in my neighborhood. He's a 2 Comma Club winner, very successful. He works in the services. He teaches service businesses how to set up their online profiles and maximize their results. He came up with a new product. He made a great funnel. He's got a great way that he's booking people for $47 when industry standard people are booking calls for $220. So he has a great product he's figured out, and now he's doing the ClickFunnels deal. He's used it for his business, and now he's teaching others how to do it for their business. When he launched this new product, he launched with 12 ads. That's a 1 and a 2. 12. Yeah. 12 ads. Guess what? None of them worked. He didn't get good numbers on any of it. And when I was talking to him about it, I didn't say a word. I just listened. Wanted to hear what he said. And so he goes on and he says, yeah, so I launched it. I launched with 12 ads, and they ran for an entire week, and I had to turn them all off. It wasn't getting conversions like I thought. Sat there, looks at me and he says, I just got to figure out the ad. I just got to figure out that hook. And once I do, we're rocking. He didn't stop at 12. He started with 12. None of them worked, and he kept on going. And he has the mindset of a true funnel hacker. I know 12 things that are not going to work. So let me try 12 more and see if they work. That is advertising, gang. Not everything's going to be a winner. Not every spaghetti is going to stick to the wall with ads, but especially in ads, every failed ad gets us closer to the one that works. So run one ad to each funnel, Doug, and we'll see what works best.
Well, and my question as far as that, because I agree with you, my question with that is because all my ads to my webinar were pushing the class. Hey, we created this class to teach you how to plan your bride. And again, you could say the ad was working or the ad's working. I was getting people to the page, but then the copy wasn't converting. But then my question is, do I keep talking about and pushing ads for the class we're showing, or do I shift course and on that one to the VSL talk about I'm selling a wedding course? Does that make sense? And just actually sell the product I'm selling, like
You're not
Russell
selling
talks
a wedding
about.
course, Doug. You're not. Great question. I love
wedding
this.
planning
Man,
system, but yeah,
what a fun day in OFA. You're not selling a drill. You're selling a hole in the wall. You ever heard that?
Right.
You're not selling
That's
a
what.
wedding
But
course.
yeah,
You're not selling a system. You're selling stress-free. You're selling beauty on your wedding day. You're selling remembering the moments. You're selling fantastic pictures. You're selling an amazing honeymoon because the wedding wasn't a disaster and the bride doesn't hate the groom. That's what you're selling. The course is the vehicle that you use to get people those results. But when you make your ad to the VSL, tell them what you're selling.
Got it. We're selling peace of mind. We're selling more money in your pocket. We're selling a better honeymoon. We're selling a more I like that. And then do that.
Yes.
And then let them go, wait, what is this? And then they get there and they're like, I got to watch this and let them get it. Let them figure it out on their own. I see. Yep.
100%, Doug.
Nice. Perfect. And I think we lost Geo, dadgum. And I was like, okay, cool. But then I was like, yeah. So cool. I appreciate it. Well, I'm going to get the opt-in funnel going. I'm going to get that done to this week and get it ready so I can show it off and get that ready and then start pushing ads to both. And we'll get some testing going. So I'm excited.
I love that, man.
Thanks, boss.
Once your opt-in funnel is ready, start running ads, because that's going to be your cheapest. That's going to be your cheapest ad cost by far, bar none. You know, if you're running ads to a paid product, you're going to have an increased ad cost 100%. And also, Doug, I'd love for you to go back to the previous ads that you've run and look at your ad stats. Have I shared with you where the water stops? Have we ever done that?
I don't think so.
Okay, that's basically just how we look at our ads. It's how we look at our stats, right? It's like it's just like the old Facebook graph that you look at, where it's like, hey, the water comes in this spout, and then it goes in a million directions, and it's like, which one does it come out? And you're just following the track. That's exactly how we look at stats here. So I'll be happy to look at this some more with you tomorrow, but some homework for you. Let's go look at your past ads. Let's go look at the copy that you wrote, and let's go find the ad that has the highest CTR, click-through rate, and the lowest CPMs, because the CPM is how much you're paying on the ad, and your click-through rate is how many people are going through. We want an ad that's converting at 5 to 10% click-through rate.
Right.
So let's go look at all of your ads. Let's see if any of them converted at that. If they did, winner, chicken dinner, all stars, we can model that. If none of them did, great. Let's just start from scratch with your new lead magnet.
For sure. And maybe we can look at that tomorrow, because I know, like, again, usually my landing page views, I'm good. I feel like, because I can usually my last 3 ads have been running like 23 to 24 cent per landing page view, which is exactly. So that's why I'm like, because again, I've been doing this for so long with photography. I've learned how to get people to it, and I know about testing all that. So it's like my copy's working to get them to the landing page views. I'm like, a quarter per landing page view is amazing. And then it's like, but then you get there and you're like, we just get, so it tells you, that's what I've always learned. It's like, if you got a high click-through rate, then it's like, well, okay, it's your ad. But if I've got such a low cost, which I do, then, and you're not having conversion, then that tells you it's the landing page, which we totally changed. So again, we'll do it. So, all right, I'm good, bro. We'll talk about that. We'll look at that tomorrow, the next day, and we'll go from there. So
that's awesome. Great work, Doug.
Thanks, bud. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Got it. All right. And let's round it out with Geo. Hello, Geo. Great to speak with you.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How y'all feeling? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear.
All right, cool. My bad. I just got like a thunderstorm just came through. My internet got all messed up on my computer.
Oh, you must be in
Um,
Atlanta, huh?
no, I'm in Philly.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm up. I'm on the East Coast, but I'm a little bit more north. Um, so yeah, my question just kind of just starting out, more so around my offer, right? That little
Mm,
overthinking phase that people go through, right? So I'm my initial goal was to kind of start out and become like a motivational speaker, right?
great.
That was like years ago, right? Been on a journey, wound up with a career in digital marketing, so I know about like running ads. I was a PP specialist for years, did some copywriting, all this other stuff. So familiar with the marketing technical aspect. Now just trying to formulate an offer, right? There's a side of it where I think my framework is master your mindset, market your passion, manifest your purpose, right? There's that framework there of just kind of teaching. Now I'm just putting an offer to it. Not really sure. We're thinking about doing a community, to build a community, teaching people different skills in terms of mindset, some of the marketing tactics behind growing your business, and then that kind of more spiritual, personal development as well. So just trying to figure out where to go with it.
Okay. Do you know the price point yet?
Oh,
Okay. So then
yeah,
this does get tricky, right? Because it's like we need to have something we're shooting toward. I need to have a destination because once I know the destination, I can reverse engineer it.
right.
So, do you know what track you're going to take in the challenge? I imagine expert, right?
Right. Yeah. So I'm leaning more towards expert, right? Like I have a presentation. I'm used to like presenting and going after. I spoke more so to first generation college students. That was kind of like my track in the speaking world, right? So I'm familiar with the presentation style and I like talking, right? So leaning towards that like expert webinar way,
Yeah.
just teach people different stuff. Now I'm just trying to figure out how to package the value. I have a lead magnet free guide that I offer with like the teachings, the framework in it, and then
Good.
from there trying to like develop something else, whether it be low ticket, whether it be a course, coaching, etc.
Oh, okay, great. Here's value ladders as they've always been, Gio. Lead magnet to a low price point product, anywhere from $7 to $97, somewhere in there. And that could be a community, that could be a course, that could be a training, that could be 4 live sessions, right? There's a million things that we could put in there, but it goes free lead magnet to low price point product, $7 to $97 to high ticket, I guess you can call it, $997 to $5,000.
Right.
What we teach you in expert is to skip the middle step. We teach you to go from lead magnet right to your high ticket, right to your one-to-many presentations. And that's probably what I would recommend for you, Gio.
So, but now I get it, like with the one to many, right? That at the end of that offer, the formulating of that is that just like that 997 offer? Is that like the course and then structuring the course, right? Like before, so now like I've been working on the funnel. I'm familiar with the market, so I can play around with the funnel builder. I can like kind of play around with some copy, all that, and I can use feedback and the coaching, of course. But more so trying to figure out that end offer. And I think it's overthinking it of not wanting to sell, right? Like it's that like because I'm like I'm like main thing is my goal is to help people who feel like they're called to a purpose, fulfill their purpose, right? And there's that kind of synchronicity of like with the click funnels and other programs where people kind of taking people who want to turn something and make money from it, right? That same idea. Now, how do you formulate your own packages, right? And that's again developing your own frameworks, etc. That behind the scenes packaging and prep work of all right, what's that 997 offer? If I'm skipping the middle, what's that 997 offer? How do I package that based off what I have? And that I feel confident selling it in that presentation.
Okay,
I can do the
cool.
presentation. I can sit up and do a presentation right now. And then when I get to that stack and close, I'm like, I don't know what I'm selling.
Okay, cool. Here it is. When it comes to offers, Russell's taught forever. I am just blanking on all 4 of them. You can go to ChatGPT after this, and I could have done it now in the moment, but I'm not going to be a cheater. You can go to ChatGPT after this and just say, What are the 4 elements Russell Brunson teaches to have in an offer? I'm just forgetting 2 of them. One of them is spoken word, and that would be like your course, creating videos, creating the spoken word. One of them is the written word, and these are things like checklists, PDFs, blogs, workbooks, things of that nature. And there's 2 more that goes along with the Geo. And also, we teach you in this challenge, we're going to teach you this in weeks 2 and week 3. You're going to go over a lot about offers and how to craft your own offer. So to direct you in the right way, you should have a course and a community. Those are concrete. Those do not change. It doesn't matter who I talk to, doesn't matter the industry, doesn't matter anything. This is how these high ticket sales work. You give them the course, that's the written word, the spoken word, and they have a course that will help them get the result that they desire. Then you give them access to a community where they get further access to you and like-minded people all around them every single day. And that's the bare bones of your course. We're going to throw some workbooks in there, some checklists. We're going to throw maybe some ebooks, maybe some other stuff. Maybe you white label somebody's software so that you can then give them software access as well. We teach you all of this throughout the challenge. But it's going to be a course and it's going to be a community as an expert. My main question right now, Gio, do you have anybody that you know of that's already having success doing this thing? Do you know what funnel hacking is? Okay. Okay. Do you have anybody right now that you can funnel hack that's currently doing the thing you want to do?
100%, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was just looking at somebody. That was like I think the last lesson. That's where yeah, I just did that. I was looking at, I think it was Sean Haig or something like that.
Yes.
Yes.
Sean
yeah, I was
Haig.
just looking at, yeah, so he does something similar in terms of like manifestation. So he has the offer running right to his community for the ticket, and then I think he has like something more so going towards the private coaching, right? Like that kind of more course high ticket stuff. So those 2, and that's where I'm leaning. I think it's formulating that like the course and finding like the, I guess, the confidence belief, right? That's another one of the lessons of, all right, like can I sell it? I know I can, right? It's just there's that kind of mental blockage that this challenge, that's why I'm joining it, to kind of get coached through it, and it helped me overcome that. So
And what's your mental block? Would you say that is it imposter syndrome or is it something else?
Yeah, like I think it's just imposter syndrome, like just all the typical things that we all deal with, right? Mine more so is the overthinking, right? I kind of get into carving out that space of like, oh well, somebody else is doing it. Like I said, there's similarities that, like, I can see like, all right, well, this person, like, why would you pay me to do that when somebody else is doing it? But then
Because they
also
don't like him and they like you.
From a marketer's perspective, understanding that your audience is going to connect with you based off of what, like, your authenticity. People going to like you based off of like what they like. Like if Brunson, Hormozy, all these people are different doing it, everybody's going to connect with you for whatever they connect with you for. You just got to show up as your authentic self and provide that value first, right? And then let that audience kind of build for itself.
You know things, Gio. You're right on the money here, brother. Like there's as much as Hormozy is making waves and as much as Hormozy is doing huge things in the industry, there's also a lot of people that do not listen to him. They do not practice business as he practices business, and philosophically, they are against each other because these people have families. These people's chief concern is their children and how to build a business that doesn't take the time away from their family and other things they care about, where Hormozy doesn't have a family. He doesn't have kids. He probably never will because business is his baby. So all those people are looking for their mentor. They're looking for their guy, and you be that guy. You are 100% right on that, Gio. 100%. Now, I'm excited. This is going to be a really fun 30 days. I'm going to push you every day for the next 30 days to not care about other people and what they're doing and to build your thing, to model their success. And I'm going to tell you, Gio, I'm going to tell you to start out doing exactly what they're doing. Let's start on what we know to work, and you can build upon that. We have two options when it comes to doing a thing. One, we can go make all the mistakes. We can go take 10 years. We can go lose millions of dollars learning the lessons we need to learn to get our thing where it's really popping. Or We can just go find somebody else's thing that is really popping and leverage the mistakes, the failures, and the waste of money that they made. Start off on the best foot possible, and then take that thing and mold it into your own.
No, that was good. All right. Yeah, it's over there. I think that's like what brings me to the challenge is just having that accountability and getting out my own head loop, right? When I'm sitting there and I'm thinking about content. Like it's easy to do it for somebody else and be like, oh, you should do this. But then when I'm in it myself, it's that like again, that self loop, my own internal thoughts. And sometimes they're not always the best ones, right? So getting that something about the but yeah, that's about it. So yeah, I'm leaning towards course and community, right? I already got like a chat GPT conversation going with all of the stuff in it. I got my like my frameworks, workbook, everything, guides, etc. for each step, separated out. Now I just got to put it together and show up over these next 30 days. To be honest,
100% perfect. Good is the enemy of done. So we just got to do it. No indecision prison, no analysis paralysis, none of that. And I'm excited to help push you over there. Some homework I'd like to give you, Gio. You had one name right and ready to roll for me for offer hacking. I'd love for you to go do some more offer hacking. Let's just go find some other, let's get 5 or 6 people that are currently doing the thing that you want to do. And let's put their offers all side by side. You'll find the similarities. Oh, wow. They all have a course. They all have a community. They all have whatever else. And then you'll find the little outliers, the things that they all do specific to them. We're going to take all the common trends, and those will be the core of your offer as well. And then we can add to it and make it our own as we go.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Which I'm sorry, I was writing down some names of like people already. I just gave you the one name. I'm just writing down some names. Just
Good.
gotta do the work. Yeah, just
Good.
do the work.
Yes. Yes, sir. 100%.
Yeah.
Awesome. Hey, this is going to be a blast, Gio. I'm really excited for this.
Thank you, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. Love to hear that. It was great to meet you, man. Any other questions before I let you go?
No, that's it.
All right. Cool beans. Great to meet you, Gio.
You as well. Thank you.
All right, gang. Patricia, looks like you have one to round us out. Let's do it.
Yes. Where did you say you go for that image generator?
Yes, I just put it in the chat. It's ideogram.ai.
Oh, okay.
Ideogram.ai. It is by far my favorite image generating AI software out there. It's amazing.
Hey, and Gio, could you ask Gio, would you share that list with me? Because it sounds like we're kind of doing the same thing.
Love that. Hop in tomorrow. Maybe he will.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. Of course. Yeah, no, sharing is caring.
Oh, man, look at that. Funnel hackers helping funnel hackers. That's how we do it. Love that. All right, gang. Well, what a fantastic day this was. Great Monday in OFA. You know, how we start the week is typically how we end the week. Practice like you play. So you guys did amazing. I'm glad. You guys must have all had an amazing weekend, filled yourselves back up because you came to hit the ground running today. It was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing the same thing, same time, same place. But for all of our new members, just want to make sure you understand how all of this is going to work. Tomorrow is Ecom Day. So tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and right now it is 3:08 Eastern Standard Time, just in case you're trying to get your clock set up for where you live in the world. So currently it is 3:08 Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow at 12 p.m., noon lunchtime, Trey Llewellyn is going to hop in, and we're going to have our ecom session in the challenge. It's all ecom related questions, ecom related answers, and frameworks from Trey Llewellyn, an absolute ecom rock star. We have a lot of fun on Tuesdays. So if you are an ecom business owner, make sure to hop in on Tuesday, get guidance and recommendations from Trey so we can keep moving forward. If you're not an ecom member, please still join. This is welcome to everybody in the One Funnel Away Challenge. Marketing is marketing is marketing is marketing, and business is business is business is business. Whether it's e-com or expert, there are gold nuggets for everybody to pull out of all of these sessions. So if you're new, I just want you to know you are welcome to join tomorrow at 12 p.m., regardless of which track you're choosing. Same thing on Friday. Friday is Expert Friday, and that's when Russell comes on to be the champion for experts and answer expert-related questions. On Fridays, if you're in e-com, please join on Friday. Marketing is marketing, business is business. There are great things to be learned from great champions. I just want to make sure everybody knows you're welcome to join in on all sessions. So tomorrow, Trey will be coming on at 12 o'clock, and you guys can all use the exact same link you used today. That one link you used today, it's open for your entire 30 days in the challenge. So use that one link tomorrow at 12 p.m. I'll have it posted in your communities again in case you lose it, so don't worry about that at all. But tomorrow at 12 p.m., just click that link. You'll join right in and be able to be a part of Trey's session. I am really looking forward to it. We're going to have a great time. Lots of momentum on the e-com side of the track as well. So I'll let you guys go for today. Amazing day in OFA. You guys did fantastic. Let's have an awesome night. Let's get across the finish line. Let's finish our tasks, and we'll hit the ground running tomorrow.